Today we're going to be talking about important things to consider when you're looking at buying your end of days or your bunker or your zombie apocalypse house. Now, many of you may think I'm kidding, but I am dead serious. And for many people who watch this channel, you guys know I'm serious. So we're going to talk about financing your compound. We're going to talk about stuff to consider when you're looking for it. Now, Julie, I don't think you're aware of my devotion to this topic, but recently I read a book, and this is breaking news because generally I don't read because all I do is email. It feels like it's a curse. And I read this book called End of Days by Sylvia Brown.
Sylvia Brown, the psychic?
The psychic, yes. I read this book called End of Days by Sylvia Brown. The reason I read it is because when COVID came out, people were like, oh my gosh, she foretold it. This is in the book. And like I saw excerpts of the book, and it was like she wrote that book in like the 80s or 90s and totally describes COVID.
So if you're not a boomer like us, you don't know who Sylvia Brown is, but she is a...
We are not boomers, we're close, but yes.
We're aspiring boomers. She is a world-renowned psychic.
She
totally
was,
endorsed by the Enquirer.
Oh my God, National Enquirer. It's why I subscribed, like amazing. Anyways, but here's the key part about it. So the reason I read this book is because I was like, oh, well, if she was right about that, let me see what's coming up so I know where rates are going. I literally was reading it to try to figure out where rates are going.
That does not surprise me.
No, and just so you guys know, there is in her book something where like all disease is eradicated within this generation. And in theory, they are saying the mRNA technology might do that. So
I saw that too.
Yeah, so if that actually does come true, rates are going up, okay? And we're gonna actually have a new series called Conspiracy Corner, where we look at all of this and how it affects rates. Okay.
I can't wait for that.
It's gonna be great. I'm excited. Okay, end of days. Now look, guys, you can't just go buy any compound, right?
Yeah.
You don't rush into a compound purchase. That's a terrible idea.
This could be your last purchase.
Yeah, this could be your last purchase. This is how you defend your family. This is how you're gonna live out your days. You need to make sure it's secure. Did you know that Kanye West has one of these?
No, where?
Wyoming, Montana. I feel like someone in the comments can put it in there.
I feel like he definitely would have one of these.
I know, he's cool.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, anyways. So, the most important thing about a compound is...
You're asking me?
Yeah, I mean, she's got a popped collar, so what are the odds she's gonna get this answer right? But let's try.
So for me, the most important element, and don't underestimate me,
a butler.
I have a popped collar.
A sauna.
Definitely an infrared sauna, but I'm going to say location for me would be the most important thing I'd be looking for. I'd be looking for something that has the best climate, the most natural resources like
South of
water.
France.
I wish. Anyway, I would look for location. I would look for resources. I would look for areas that were out of natural disaster. We have been through 5 years of fires now.
California is not a great state for a compound. We'll tell you that right now.
We know that.
Yeah.
We've been through it.
So here's the things that where Julie's going with this is that you want to be able to go off the grid, okay? Now for financing, we don't want this house all the way off the grid already because it's incredibly difficult to finance. The reason it becomes an issue is that even though you're like, well, it works, you know, we've got this, we've got that, cool. For most traditional financing, we have to be able to show comparable sales, and this is not the norm yet. Do I expect more of this self-sustainable living over the next 10 years? Absolutely. Like, how can we not? But until then, you do want it, you know, in a more traditional method for electricity and water, okay? But you need to have the ability to trick it out as soon as you get that mortgage. So how would you trick out your compound?
I would be focused on doing the passive house.
Okay, so solar, generator.
Making sure everything was airtight, looking at like air purification, all kinds of things.
I would be looking at a roof garden.
Water, like being able to catch water and keep water.
Yeah, and roof gardens are part of that as well, as they have these really complex systems for rain irrigation via the roof garden.
I mean, love it. Yeah, I'm into it.
Yeah, they're lovely. Okay, so catching water, you know, I'm a big fan of, you need to be near either a lake or a river. The one thing that you guys need to keep in mind when you're looking at lakes and rivers in the United States, you got to see if they're toxic. I mean, that's the thing, is that sometimes, you know, I was looking at a house on a lake and I was like, wow, this would be a great compound. And lo and behold, it's one of the most polluted lakes in America. It actually caught fire in the 70s because there was so much trash and chemicals in it. Some of you will know what I'm talking about. I know they've cleaned it up since, but I'm sorry, those news articles from the 70s, I'm scarred. The other lake I looked at, it's beautiful. Yeah, the color's all messed up because of copper smelting. Yeah, you guys need to make sure that
do your resource.
Yeah,
do your research.
There's not enough purifying tablets for some of this stuff. Okay, the other thing's plantable soil.
Okay.
Because, you know, when you immediately think of compound, you think of the middle of nowhere, right? But you've got to be able to make crops. That's right. That's right. For any of you diehards, you guys know what this is. This is seeds that are protected for the next 5 years in case of emergency.
What seeds do you have?
Oh, you know, I like to garden, Julie. So, you know, I'm just hedging my bets.
Okay.
Right? And then these could be very expensive in 3 years with inflation.
That's true. Or shortage.
Yeah, any of it. I mean, inflation's a real risk. I've bought extra toilet paper, not because of COVID, but because of inflation.
Really?
Yeah.
How much toilet paper do you have?
I don't want to talk about it. But that brings up another point. So something else you should consider. Okay, so we've got that the house has to have the ability to be self-sustainable. You need to be able to have electricity. You need to have access to fresh water. Acreage. You need acreage.
Okay, and you need land because you need to plant.
Well, you need a plant, right? But then you also need more defensible area, right? You gotta have some booby traps. Like if it's the end of days, like you gotta get those booby traps out. And then you also need land for outbuildings.
Okay, and tell me about the outbuildings.
The toilet paper.
Ah, okay. Makes perfect sense.
I mean, look, you guys know, you've got stuff you've got to store. Also, you want to be able to throw in a couple ADUs, right? So, you know, if you guys were thinking that you were going to buy your compound all with cash, you definitely may want to mortgage that main portion that's financeable so that you can use your money for tiny homes and ADUs for family, friends, other people that didn't plan as well as you did. So, I know you think I'm funny, but I'm being dead serious.
I know you are. I'm on the same page with you.
She's gonna be the person in the tiny house that's like, let me in the tiny house. I'm building a tiny house for you.
That's not true. I have my own designs on this plan.
She does. She does have her own designs on this plan. She'll probably accomplish it quicker than I will, but
maybe
mine will be more fun.
Hers will be better stocked for sure.
Mine will be better stocked, definitely.
Yes.
Okay. Now we disagree on this part.
Which part?
In terms of location, I think the property should be elevated because you want to be able to get a bird's eye viewpoint. Because I think you can definitely camouflage houses, blend it into the natural terrain, all of that stuff.
I'm more on the side, for me, of being sort of hidden in the woods somewhere, like where no one really knows where I am. I feel like if you're elevated, you're very visible. And I know you say you're going to camouflage, but there's only so much camouflaging you can do.
But if
people are going to know you're there, I want to be somewhere where no one knows I am.
But if I own 100 acres,
people are going to know you're there. Go look at pictures of, like, you know, villages where there's like one house over hundreds and hundreds of acres. You know it's there.
I don't know. I don't want to give up the views and the sunsets. I don't want to live underground.
Quality of life for sure.
I kind of want a glamorous compound.
I love it. I'm with you for quality of life, but if you are avoiding the zombie apocalypse, you need to be in a place that's not obvious and visible.
I feel like they'll be able to smell us out no matter where we are. Seriously. Okay, so we disagree on that. And I'm actually going to call this video two middle-aged
Karen.
Yeah, Karens discuss survivalism. Okay, so we argue over that. What do you guys think? Do you think the house should be elevated? Do you think you should be underground? Do you think you should be in the middle of the woods? I like a mountaintop scenario because I want to booby trap the woods behind my house, and then I want to be able to have one vantage point where Maria on our team that you guys have heard me talk about before, she's our processor that we call the drill sergeant. She knows guns. Her dad was a Marine. She knows guns inside and out. She actually has a knife collection, Julie, as well as the gun collection.
She likes to keep it personal.
I told Maria she's coming with me. You don't get her.
Yeah,
You get to bring Chadwick and Jen They have no
Great.
guns. They have 5 dogs.
They have dogs.
They have dogs. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go guns and knives. You're going dogs.
Dogs are my style.
And sweetness. They're much nicer than me and Maria. So Maria and I have a better chance. Okay.
I'm going quality of life.
Okay. What else? Let's see here. Very important. So something that you guys need to consider when you're picking your location is what are your natural predators?
Ooh.
Yeah, right? Because did you think about that? Like, I know where Julie's looking at a potential compound, and it goes with the popped collar for sure, right? It does. And my question to you is, I don't even think there are any predators out there, are there?
I know of one type of predator, and it's more of a nuisance than like a physical threat.
Is it like a 75-year-old man that wants to tell you stories?
Those predators are everywhere. This predator is more of a nuisance, and it comes with a season, and it's the black fly.
Ooh, yeah, the black fly. Okay. Well, I would be looking more out west because I really think that tomatoes grown on the West Coast are the best. I think we have the best produce.
I totally agree, and if the West wasn't on fire and in drought, I would as well. I'm looking more on the East.
Julie, I'm gonna have a fire truck, clearly. Like,
you're gonna need a fire station. You're gonna need 4,000 firefighters. And I'm not dissing the West because the West is the best.
I was trying to rhyme with East, but then I went to least, and I actually really do like the East Coast. I have a property on the East Coast, so I don't want you guys to think that. I would be curious where people would put their compounds. Okay.
I will come visit your compound during tomato season.
Okay, and then I'm not going to come to yours during black fly season.
No doubt.
When it's like fire season, I'll come visit you. Okay.
We've got it worked out.
Okay, so you want to think about who your natural predators are and how realistic your fight is. Now, what people always go to is bears, lions, snakes.
Mountain lions, to be clear.
Yeah. Well, okay. Snakes. What else would be a natural predator that people automatically go to?
Bobcats, coyotes. What else? We're not talking about the predators that are not that obvious.
No, the ones you guys need to be afraid of is you need to be afraid of anything that can give you an illness. So mosquitoes, right? West Nile, because if you are in a situation where you can't get to a hospital or everything's just gone to manure land, I'm trying not to cuss. It's going well.
Love it.
I like the sound of the refrigerator.
Yeah.
We may not have that sound in 10 years, but the generator. Okay. Anyways, avoid caves, guys. Avoid caves. So bats are a real freaking threat. I got bit by a bat. I'm not kidding. Julie knows this. I got bit by a bat from a patio umbrella. This is real. You're laughing. I hate you, but it's true. So if you guys have any patio umbrellas, I want to tell you right now, don't stick your hand up it to open it. Don't do it, okay? Now, 10 of you are gonna go, oh, what an idiot. Everybody knows that. 97,000 of you are gonna go, wait, what? Seriously, they live there. And if a bat bites you, you can get rabies. So then you have to get the rabies vaccine, which is terrible.
How many vaccines did you get?
Oh God, 1, 2, 3, 4. I've had 4 shots and I get my 5th on Monday. And every time you get the shot, it's like being
incapacitated.
Yeah, it's not fun.
Yeah.
So bats, stay the hell away from bats because you're not going to be able to have rabies vaccines stocked up. It's very hard to get a hold of. So that's something to keep in mind. Now, Julie. Yes. Oh, I actually wrote a note here. A rabid animal can unsettle even the best laid plans.
And you're referring to your best laid pool plans when you got that.
I mean, maybe, yeah. So, what else do you think? Do you think we missed anything? I mean, we haven't gotten into what you guys need. That's definitely something else to talk about later. I've been reading a lot of prepper magazines. I love them. Have you seen them?
Yeah.
Oh, they're awesome. I love them. I love them. So I'm getting ready, but
the question I have for you is, do you think we're late to the game?
Yes.
I feel like there are people that have been on ahead of us for years.
Oh, we're totally late to the game.
Can we catch up?
Yeah, I think we can catch up. I think we can catch up. I think there's some opportunities to catch up coming up.
in the real estate market.
And also, you know, there's all these things like there's Boxable now that Elon Musk, the thing he's living in Boca Chica, it's a $50,000 pop-up house. So, I mean, if you don't have a big budget for a compound, those aren't financeable with a traditional mortgage at this point, but you could buy a piece of land and do something like that. So I think that the nice thing about preparing or, you know, wanting to have a self-sustaining house is that you can really do it at any budget.
Yeah. I agree.
So, okay, we clarified. I want a castle on a mountain with a moat, 14 buildings, and probably like 97 people to protect it. And you're gonna be somewhere on the East Coast.
In a wooded sort of private area, probably in a passive house, just one. I don't want 14 outbuildings, maybe 1 or 2 little outbuildings for my seeds and my
Just a couple, but
toilet paper.
yeah, I mean, the toilet paper thing's that's an issue. We're gonna have to learn how to make toilet paper.
Oh my God.
I think that'd be great. I think that'd be fun. Okay, so guys, if you have questions or comments, or you feel like you have a great end of day plan you want to change,
Yes.
you want to share, please tell us. If you need help financing your end of day house, call me. Licensed in 47 states. If you want to try California and see if you survive the fires, the drought, the famine, and the earthquakes, call Julie.
Call me.
Yeah, we'll make it work for you guys.